Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me and thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me and watch this video. Today we will make a box to place this earring holder that we just made in a previous video. If you choose to give this earring holder for someone as a gift, I think what a beautiful idea it would be. If this is for your mom, how about a little set of earrings together with the earring stand and presented in beautiful box. So this is what we're gonna do today. To make the box, we really need to take the dimensions of this earring stand. So this particular one, it's about 5 3/4. So I'm planning on making box about 6 1/4. The height is 7 3/4. We will make it 8 1/4. And when you fold this piece, the folded dimensions are, and you see this one is opening up a little bit, and that's because we do have decoration right here on the side. So I will take the widest part, which is about 2 3/4. So we will make it 3 inches. So the box will be 6 1/4 by 8 1/4 by 3 inches. To make our box, we will use chipboard, one piece 8 1/2 by 3 and two pieces 8 1/2 by 6 1/2. We will wrap this chipboard in a cardstock. I do have two sheets in here, 12 by 12 of black cardstock, and we will glue both pieces together. Okay, so we will position our pieces. This piece, which will be the side piece of the box, I will position on the middle, and those two pieces I will position on the side, leaving approximately 1/8 of an inch space right here. So let's glue those pieces to the cardstock. And I will glue this approximately 1 inch away from the bottom. This way we need to trim only the top. We're gonna leave 1/4 of an inch space, and not 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch space in between both chipboards. Okay, and now we can trim the excess of our paper. I will leave approximately 1 inch on each side. Okay, so this will be the cover, the box cover. So now we need to score the cardstock. Oops. This one broke on both sides. I'm gonna use this one. Okay, so now we will fold it over and run our spatula against the edges to make those really nice corners. Just like that. And now we will miter the corners. I'm gonna put small angle, and I'm not cutting all the way to the chipboard. I'm leaving a little bit of that cardstock, because when you wrap it, you want to make sure that all your corners are really wrapped and they are not, you don't see the chipboard peeking from underneath. And now we will glue all 4 sides. Okay, so everything is glued, and I will work right here in between the chipboard just to help to stretch that cardstock. Don't push it too hard. We want to stretch the paper. We don't want to break it. So now when we fold, you can see this will be the bottom side and the cover of the box. We will decorate this, so let me choose paper that I would like to use for this project, and I will be right back. For outside, I'm choosing to use this paper that came from this collection, Magical Thinking. I bought this one at MaKala's, and I think I showed you this paper in one of my previous videos, MaKala's haul. So I chose to use this one. So we will have to pre-cut that, and we will also use some of this cardstock we have left from the cover. So the cardstock we will cut to 2-inch strips. Two inches by 8. And we need 2 of those. So let's do 8 by 2. And the paper we will cut to 6 1/4 by 8 1/4, and we need 2 of these. 6 1/4 by 8 1/4, and we will need one more 8 1/4 by 2 3/4. So now we're gonna use this cardstock. We're gonna glue it right here. So there should be approximately 1/4 inch distance at the top and the bottom. And the way we position this piece, we position it so the chipboard meets approximately on the middle. It doesn't have to be exact, but try to position closer to the middle. And now I'm doing this I'm almost angling that score so it fits, and it's gonna be easier to fold that, see, when we work it, just like that. So now we're gonna do the same thing to the other piece. 1/4 inch approximately from the bottom. The score is approximately on the middle. And I'm locating that score right here. And now we can work the spine. So basically we are trying to stretch this paper on that side. So that's why we are running our spatula on the inside at the same time trying to bend this piece. And don't force it. For that you have to be patient. So here is our cover. So now we will decorate. So we will place one piece here, one piece here, and one piece right here. Now before we glue this paper, I do have some ribbon that I think matches this paper. So we will use ribbon as a closure. So I will cut, I don't know exactly how much I need, but I will cut approximately 20 inches, and we will need 2 pieces. So we will place the ribbon right here, and to support this ribbon I will use double-sided tape. Now don't put it too close to the edge because you don't want to be able to see this tape. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing on both sides. Okay, so let's make sure we squish the tape so it adheres, and I will remove the backing. We will position the ribbon. I think that's approximately the middle, and now I will apply adhesive onto the card and we will cover that page. Okay, when I position the paper, I'm looking for approximately 1/8 of an inch border all around. Okay, so now we will work on the opposite side. So let's remove that backing. We will position the ribbon. To make sure that the ribbon is positioned straight, you could try to kind of bend this, just like that, to at least see where the ribbon is. And we will position it just like that on the opposite side. Okay. So now you know that your positioning is parallel to the other side. So now we can glue this. I'm decorating this way. I really like the contrast between the black backing and the paper. I think it just gives that sharp look to finished project. So now we're going to position the piece for the spine, to cover the spine. and I'm paying attention to the distance between both sides to make sure that it is straight. Just like that. And our outside cover is done, and this will be the box. So we still have to do the same thing to the inside. The only thing is, on the inside we will not decorate this panel because this is where we will position the box. To cover the inside, I'm going to use this paper from the same collection. So we will cut two 8 1/4 by 6 1/4, and the 8 1/4 piece that we have left, we will cut one more piece 2 3/4 wide. So we will use those two pieces to cover those two inside panels. Again, when I position this, I'm trying to look on the outside border. It should be approximately 1/8 of an inch all around. And now we will cover the spine. Now we do have some of this paper left from the cover. I'm thinking of making a little pocket on this side, because if you're planning to give this as a gift, maybe you want to slide in greeting card. So we will pre-cut this. The height, we will cut to 9 1/4. The pocket, I think 3-inch pocket would be fine, so we will cut maybe to 3 3/4. So now we will score this piece, and we will score 3 sides only. 1/2 inch. Turn to the other side, 1/2 inch the long way, turn to the side, and 1/2 inch. So now we will fold over all of the sides. Let's burnish them. And now we will cut the corners. The corners I'm cutting on an angle straight across through that little, almost like a cross, through the middle of it. Just like that. Now the top, right here, we're gonna also cut little V shape from the edge or from the score to the outside. So now this will create little pocket right here for your greeting card or whatever you might want to put it there. So I'm gonna place the glue for now only on the bottom, and don't put too much glue, you don't want to glue this pocket. And I will position it right at the edge of the paper underneath. So I don't want to see that paper underneath, but you don't want to go too far to the score. So just pretty much align with that paper underneath. So now I'm gonna apply the glue to the side tabs, and we're gonna glue that. And we just created little pocket on the inside, right here. So if you have small greeting card or anything, you can just put it right here. Or maybe you want to use this box for something else. You got always little pocket to put something there. So this is pretty much our cover. Cover is done, so now we will work on a box that we will place right here. Okay, to make the box, we will need 2 pieces of the chipboard, 6 1/4 by 2 7/8, 2 of them. We will need also 2 pieces at 8 1/4 by 2 7/8. We will also need 3 pieces of cardstock. This one is 12 inches wide that I pre-cut to 5 inches in height. So we're gonna need 3 of them. And we will need to join them. Okay. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna glue these pieces. So lay them out first, just to make sure that your joint is not anywhere close to the space in between the chipboard. So the way we need to lay this down is 8 1/4, 6 1/4, 8 1/4, and as you can see over here by 8 1/4 I am too close. So let me just shift this and let's start with the smaller piece. 6 1/4, 8 1/4, 6 1/4. This is further away from the joint, so here we're going to position our 8 1/4 piece. So this is how we're going to glue this. We're going to glue this piece, this first piece, approximately 1 inch away from the edge. It could be a little bit less than 1 inch, and then we're going to position on the middle between the top and the bottom. Okay. So we will position like this. Let's make sure this is all stuck. And now we apply glue to this one. Approximately 1/8 of an inch space in between. Just like that. And we move on to next piece. And we got one more left. Okay, and we have too much paper left in here. On this side, we will cut almost against the board. We want to cut this off. So I will just cut it off like this. But you do want to make sure that it is straight. You don't want to see any cardstock peeking over here by the chipboard. So our piece for now is done. Now we will need to cover this inside in between the chipboard. So we will need 3 short pieces. So I got this leftover. So I will cut this down too. We're gonna need the height. The height of this, we will make 2.5 inches. So 2.5 inches as a height. And we will need to cut down to approximately 3 1-inch pieces. 1, 2, and 3. So we will position them just like that. And try to position them on the middle, just like that. And I am trying to create that crease right away in between the chipboard. Again, not cutting the paper, just trying to stretch this. We got one more left. And actually I should have cut one more. And that's okay, I can quickly mark this and cut it. So you're gonna need 4 of those pieces. So this is the height, approximately 1 inch. We will need this one later on. So let me work this spine right here, or this piece. So you see now when we fold it, this will be our box, just like that. So now what we need to do, we have to cut over here when where the chipboard is joining right here. We need to cut a little wedge, but don't cut it too big of a wedge, just a slight angle, just like this. And we're gonna do this on 3 joints. Just like that. And we will do this on both sides. Now at the end right here, we will also make that angle all the way down to the chipboard, like that. So now we need to score. I'm gonna try to score with this. We need to score to make sure that this is gonna fold easily for us. And we're gonna do this on both sides. Okay. So now we will fold this over, just like that. Okay. So now this end we will fold both ways. I'm gonna run the spatula to have that nice crease on this side. I'm just folding this over. Because over here on this side, we're gonna cut little angle on one side all the way to the chipboard, and the same thing on the opposite side all the way to the chipboard. And we do the same thing right here from the chipboard and this one to the chipboard, just like that. Because now when we put this together, here is gonna be our box. So let's glue this piece right here to the top. So we will apply the glue. This piece is large. So we will apply the glue right here, and we will join both those pieces together just like that. You can support that on a surface just to make sure that both your corners are nice and straight right here on the top. So now I'm gonna just squish this glue a little bit, and of course you can position this way to squish the glue. Now if you can see on the inside over here, we have this side is nicely wrapped, but this one, when we just glue those two pieces together, this is still open. This is where we're gonna use the fourth piece. So I will just run quick score on the middle of this piece, so approximately 1/2 inch. It does not have to be exact. And now this piece, we will glue it on the inside, just like that. I hope you can see it, to cover this corner from the inside. So I will apply the glue, and I will glue this, positioning approximately on the middle distance between the top and the bottom. And now, as you can see, this is nicely finished on the inside. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna start gluing these flaps onto the inside to create this really nice border. So I'm gonna start with this one. I am just gonna apply the glue, fold it over, and glue this to the inside, just like that. Let me just squish it and I will show you. Just like this. And you do have a beautiful edge, beautiful finish on both sides. So we're gonna do this same thing to the opposite side. We'll just apply the glue, fold it over, and squish it to make sure that this adheres, just like that. And now we got 2 more sides left. So let's fold this over. Let's squish that glue, distribute all around. Okay. And as you can see, it's a beautiful finish. And because the way this box is made, there's no way it's gonna fall apart. Okay. So now you should be able to fold this over because all the dimensions are the same. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna decorate the outside, and we will decorate inside of this box. So for the outside, I will use this paper, and this is the leftover piece I have. So for the outside, we will cut piece at, you could cut piece to 2 3/4. So the length is gonna be 8 inches and 2 3/4. Another one, 2 3/4. 2 3/4, and I think that's gonna be enough. Let's see. So we have one that is 8 inches long. We need second one. And now we need 2 6 inches, and both of them are 6 inches since the sheet was 12 inches wide. So now we will apply the glue and glue this. Okay, try to position this right on the middle, just like that. So now we will have the shorter piece. And I guess this one didn't cut exactly because this one is a little bit too wide. So I will just trim it a little bit. And I think I'm gonna have to trim this one just a tiny bit. Okay. All right. And now the opposite side. And one more. All right, so now as you can see, you have the outside of the box really nice, and we need to decorate on the inside. On the inside, I want to create little contrast, so let me choose different paper. Okay, so for the contrast, I will use this paper. It's from the same paper collection. So we will cut this one to 2 3/4 strips. 1, 2. We will need 3 strips, 2 3/4. So one of the strips we will cut in half. This is 12-inch paper, so we will cut down to 6 inches. So that's for the sides. And this one we will cut down to 8 inches. And we will also need one piece for the bottom to cover this bottom. So we will cut that piece to, I think, 8¼ by 6¼ so 6¼ by 8¼ okay, so let's try it, and this will be perfect. So let's decorate the inside. So for the inside, we will position the paper just like that. So I see that the corner pieces that we put it right here, we should really make this strip for the corners a little bit longer and apply it all the way to the bottom. I have not done this, so when you make it, make sure that the corner pieces are covering the entire piece, which means that they should be approximately 2¾ So when you do that, pay attention which side will be your top or the bottom, and make sure that your bottom will be all the way to the end. So I have not done this, so I'm gonna have to fix it. I will fix it and I will be right back. Okay, so I just put additional piece on the corners towards the bottom so I can't see the chipboard. So now we are able to decorate the side, so I will apply the glue. And now this we will position all the way to the bottom of the box. Just like that. We want to make sure that this design is all the way to the bottom. And just squish it to make sure everything adheres. We will do the same thing to all 4 sides. Okay. Let's make sure it adheres. And we got 2 sides left. Okay. And one more side. Just like that, and we are beginning to see our beautiful box. So now I'm using this board as a guide to make my box square, and I will apply adhesive right here on the inside just to glue my paper, just so I can keep everything together before we put our box together with the top. So now I'm going to position the bottom right here. Let's make sure this is all squished and glued, all of the sides. So as you can see, our box is nice together, nice and square. And now we will glue this whole bottom into our cover. So we will position just like that, making sure that everything is nice and straight. I think I can see it better this way. just like that. So I am gonna apply the glue. Now I'm gonna line up with the bottom, just like that. Squish it from the inside. And as you can see, our box is all done. It came out beautiful. You got little extra packet, maybe for the greeting card. And now this is perfect box for our earring stand. Here's my little bow. We will finish up the ribbon. It's uncomfortable to hold this. Oops, wrong way. Gotta go this way, that's okay. So here is our gift box. I hope you like this project. I hope you enjoyed watching me making it. If you did, please hit like, comment, share and subscribe. I would really appreciate. This really helps my channel grow.